Welcome back to the channel. The 1979 quarter is often appreciated, not only for its historical value but also for its place in everyday American life. It circulated during a time when the US economy was experiencing major changes, making coins from this period a symbol of transition. Many people who grew up in the late 1970s and early 1980s still remember using this very coin for daily purchases. One of the reasons collectors enjoy studying quarters from this era is the possibility of finding high-grade specimens. While millions were minted, most entered circulation immediately, collecting scratches, wear, and loss of detail. Finding a truly pristine example with original mint luster can be surprisingly challenging. For beginners, the 1979 quarter is an excellent entry point into numismatics. It is affordable, widely available, and offers plenty of opportunities to learn about mint marks, grading, and coin composition. It also teaches collectors how to identify differences between circulated and uncirculated coins. Advanced collectors, on the other hand, often search for rare die varieties or proof-like examples that stand out from typical coins. Though not common, these unique pieces bring additional excitement to a collection. Every variation tells a deeper story about the minting process and the machines used at the time. Mint errors are especially intriguing on 1979 quarters. Off-center strikes, broad strikes, die breaks, and double dies have all been reported from this year. Error coins attract strong collector interest because they represent accidents that slipped through strict minting inspections. Another point of fascination is the absence of a mint mark on quarters struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Many casual collectors don't realize that Philadelphia coins from this period carry no letter at all, unlike Denver quarters marked with a D. This subtle detail adds an educational twist for new hobbyists. The reverse eagle design on the 1979 quarter is often admired for its symbolism. The arrows and olive branch reflect both the strength and peaceful aspirations of the United States. This design remained unchanged for decades, making it one of the most iconic reverse images in US coinage. Collectors also appreciate how the clad composition of the 1979 quarter holds up over time. Unlike silver coins that develop toning or tarnish, copper-nickel-clad pieces tend to remain stable in color. However, some do develop attractive natural toning, which can enhance their appeal. An uncirculated 1979 quarter often shines with a bright, mirror-like surface, especially on freshly struck examples. These qualities are what grading services look at closely when determining a coin's official grade. Higher grades naturally increase desirability and value. Even though the 1979 quarter is not considered rare in general circulation, finding one with all details still crisp, especially the small eagle feathers, is less common. These sharper examples. The 1979 quarter also represents a moment before major changes in American coinage began. Just 2 decades later, the state quarters program would completely transform the appearance of the reverse design, making the 1979 eagle-backed version a classic of its era. This gives the coin both historical and visual significance. Collectors often discuss how the 1979 quarter carries the character of its time. Coins from this period reveal the economic conditions of the late 1970s, an era marked by inflation, rising metal prices, and shifting national priorities. Each quarter from this year reflects those changes in subtle but meaningful ways. The obverse portrait of George Washington on the 1979 quarter remains one of the most respected presidential depictions in US currency. John Flanagan's interpretation has a distinguished, elegant quality that has stood the test of time. Looking closely at the coin's details, you can see the sharp lines and artistic craftsmanship that made this design so iconic. While the reverse eagle design was eventually replaced, it is still celebrated by collectors for its classic American style. The eagle's wings, feathers, and stance convey a sense of power and dignity. The layout of the arrows and olive branch reinforces the balanced message of strength and peace. Another exciting aspect of studying the 1979 quarter is the opportunity to examine the variations in strike quality between the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Denver coins often appear slightly sharper, while Philadelphia pieces can show softer strikes. These subtle distinctions make collecting by mint mark more enjoyable. The Philadelphia Mint produced an enormous quantity of 1979 quarters, and because these coins have no mint mark, identifying high-quality pieces from circulation becomes more challenging. This, however, adds to the thrill for collectors searching through rolls or old coin jars. In contrast, the Denver Mint's 1979D quarters tend to be more consistently struck, making them slightly easier to find in better condition. Still, both versions can display interesting die markers that experienced collectors recognize and appreciate. One area that collectors always inspect carefully is the lettering on the coin. Strong, fully struck letters, especially in Liberty and In God We Trust, can significantly improve the desirability of a 1979 quarter. Weak or smudged letters indicate wear or a softer strike. The rim of the coin is another important feature. A well-struck coin will have a strong, even rim with clear definition. Many 1979 quarters show rim weakness due to heavy circulation or older dies, so well-preserved rims stand out. Natural toning is another beautiful characteristic found on some 1979 quarters. Over time, coins exposed to air and environmental conditions develop coloration, sometimes golden, sometimes blue or violet. Attractive toning can increase a coin's appeal and value, especially among collectors. One of the most interesting aspects of the 1979 quarter is how it connects everyday Americans to the past. Whether found in an old purse, a forgotten drawer, or a family collection, the coin serves as a small historical artifact. Each scratch and mark tells a story about its journey through the hands of millions of people across decades. Collectors often point out that coins like the 1979 quarter help preserve moments in time. Unlike paper documents or digital files, a coin is tangible and enduring. It captures the artistry and national identity of the period in metal form, resisting wear long enough for future generations to appreciate. The 1979 quarter is also a reminder of how stable and consistent the Washington design has been over the years. Even though the reverse changed in the year 1999, the obverse portrait remained for generations. This consistency shows the respect the nation holds for George Washington and the long-standing traditions in American coinage. Many people who begin collecting coins start with Washington quarters because they are familiar, affordable, and widely available. The 1979 quarter is often one of the first coins new collectors add to their developing sets. Its mix of historical value and accessibility makes it a perfect entry point for beginners. Looking at the broader context, the late 1970s were a transformative time in American minting. Changes were being made behind the scenes in the mint's production methods, quality control, and die-making technology. The 1979 quarter captures this transitional phase, making it a valuable study piece for those interested in minting history. The year 1979 also marks a period when coin collectors began paying closer attention to errors and varieties. Because of this growing interest, the 1979 quarter has become part of important research into die cracks, misaligned strikes, and over-polished dies. Each variation adds excitement for coin hunters searching for something uncommon. One charming detail about the 1979 quarter is how differently it ages depending on its environment. Coins kept in dry, protected spaces maintain their bright silver tone luster, while those exposed to circulation or moisture develop deeper, more dramatic tones. This natural aging gives each coin a unique personality. For collectors who love history, the 1979 quarter provides an opportunity to explore American life during that year. It connects to major events like technological growth, cultural shifts, and economic changes. This broader perspective enriches the meaning behind the coin and gives collectors more to appreciate. The eagle design on the reverse also reflects strong American symbolism, arrows representing defense and the olive branch representing peace have been used across US coins for over a century. The 1979 quarter continues this symbolic tradition, making it a beautifully patriotic piece of currency. Another appealing aspect of the 1979 quarter is how it fits.